Hey everyone, welcome back to On the Beat. I'm David Wilson, as always joined by Stephen Bailey and Trevor Haas. Trevor will be heading down to Atlanta on Friday to cover Syracuse and Georgia Tech. Syracuse's second road trip in the ACC. Georgia Tech, a different team than most they're going to face this year. They run the triple option. Not a very common offense, not one Syracuse has faced. Scott Schaefer hasn't faced it in a long time. How do you think Syracuse is going to fare against them?
Well, it's interesting. They've been preparing for it since training camp. Shaver said that again and again. So they do know what they're facing, certainly. You saw them struggle a little bit against North Carolina State's Wildcat. They played that mostly in the first half, though, and it was still a relatively small sample size. I think only 3 or 4 drives. But they're great against the run. The front seven is the strength of the defense, so you have to think it's a better matchup than a pass-heavy team.
Yeah, I mean, both teams run the ball a lot, so I think it's going to be just a lot of running over and over and over again, pretty much. Which, if you like that kind of style of football, you like this game. I think Syracuse has a chance to stop at that because they've been preparing for that, like Steven said.
Yeah, the difference for Syracuse, I think, and when we've seen them play really well and when we've seen them not, has been the passing game. Obviously, they got away without really throwing out much against NC State. What does Terrell Hunt need to do to improve in that facet of the game and become more consistent with his arm?
I mean, I know one thing that we've talked about he's working on is trying to release the ball earlier, but I think as much of anything it's just capitalizing. He, besides Ashton Broyles, he doesn't really have a receiver who's going to, break free and just get over the top for an easy throw. Guys aren't going to get open against, ACC cornerbacks and safeties. So he has to be precise. He has to make, the right decisions. We've seen him make great throws. He had a really nice throw all the way across the field to Ashton Broyles against NC State. So it's just precision and consistency.
Yeah, the main thing is not making mistakes. With Jerome Smith and Prince Dessengeli playing as well as they are, Hunt just needs to be solid. He doesn't need to do anything over the top. Just complete passes and don't throw interceptions.
All right, let's get some over-unders. Over-under 13 passing plays by Georgia Tech.
I'll go over, barely.
Over.
I think I might go under. I think the option works for them. Passing yards for Terrell Hunt, 150.
Push. Exactly 150.
Precisely 150.
Exactly 150.
Good luck with them. I'm going to go under, but close.
I'm going to take the over. They're going to need to throw, I think, against Georgia Tech. Jerome Smith touchdowns, 1.5.
I'm going to go over. Jerome's been playing really well.
I'll go over too. He's had a touchdown in every game, so I might get 2 this one.
I'm going to go under. So let's get our last predictions here. I'm taking Georgia Tech 24-13, part of why I only have Jerome Smith scoring 1 touchdown. Syracuse only has scored 1.
Right,
what do you guys think?
Mathematically, that makes sense.
Yeah. I have 24-20 Syracuse, actually. I think that they can defend the option well, and they've been running the ball really well. So I think that this is actually a game they can win.
I think they come in at 2, but I'm going to go 27-21 Georgia Tech in a close one.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. Be sure to follow our content all weekend long at dailyorange.com/sports and follow us on Twitter at DO Sports.